Today we're going to be looking at how to create an Excel survey. Now, the Excel survey is a very powerful tool that can be used by teachers to set up a test or a quiz or what we refer to as a survey. Now, the first thing is to go to your teacher dashboard and log in. Sign in. Oh, try this again. Now, once you've been logged in, what you can do is you can go to your OneDrive area. Now, you can get to your OneDrive in a variety of ways. You could actually use the Education 365 login, but everybody has a teacher dashboard, so we'll be doing it from here. Go ahead and click on here. Now, we're going to be talking in one of our actual videos about setting up a directory structure in OneDrive that can be used to store information that you can disseminate to your students or give to your students. But for this class, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to create something called an Excel survey, which is really a test. The first thing that you want to do is go to the directory where you want this information to be stored. So for example, here, I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to create this in my exams area. And this is going to be a survey which will gather some, we'll ask some very basic questions of students. It might be a review of a lesson that we did or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and create this. And again, I just simply go to the directory to where I want to create the survey, click on New. I then go down to Excel Survey. I'm going to enter a name for the survey, and I'm going to call this Education 365, and we'll call it Teacher Dashboard Exam. Create. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to create a survey box for me. So up here, what I will do is I will enter in the name or a title for the survey. I'm going to give this a name of Teacher Dashboard Exam. I'm not going to bother putting in a description, but I could if I wanted to. And then I'll enter in my first question. Over here, I enter the name of the question. So I always want to have my student name first. So I'm just going to put in here name. And if I want it to be a little bit more, have a bit of information for it, I'll put here first and last name. And then from here, I select the kind of text box that I want to use to store the information. I'll just use simple text. Okay, if I want it to be required, I would check off here. Okay, I'm going to add another question. This question is going to be part of the actual exam. So I'm going to put in here what is your username? Okay, again, I'm just going to leave it as text. It's required. Okay, and I'll click on Done. Okay. Now the next question is going to be, what is the Microsoft name for where files are stored online? Okay. Now, for this question, I'm going to do a choice one. Okay? And I'm going to use choices of OneNote, OneDrive, Google Drive, all of the above. Okay? Again, it's required. And so what we do is we add as many questions as we want. Now, I'll add another question of a different type. I'll do a yes or no type of a question. So for example, here, I'm going to say, do you find this program easy to use? And this is a yes or no. Now, I also would like to have a date on this particular exam. So okay. Now, let's say, for example, that I look at my survey, and this is a very simple survey, but you can see the power of this survey. You can have as many questions as you like. You can ask questions about particular assignment you've handed out. Let's say, for example, that I want to move some things around. For example, I want to have the first and last name and the actual completed date right after each other. So what I can do is I can click on here and drag this up to there. And then maybe I decide that I want this to be somewhere else. I can click on it, bring it up, bring it down. Okay. Now, if I want to edit a particular box that I've been working on, I just click on it, and so on. Now, when I'm ready to share this survey, I can click on here, but most of the time what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a save and view. This will save the survey and will allow me to see what it actually looks like. Now, this is what the students are going to receive. So here they can enter in information. Okay, this is the date area. They can put it in. Their username. Now we get in some of the boxes here. They can select yes or no, and so on. Okay. Now, when I'm ready to share the survey, then what I do is I click on Share Survey. What this will do is it will give me a link that I can copy and then paste into whatever it is that I'm sending to my students. So for example here, I'm just going to go Control-C, or I can also right-click on this and go Copy. Okay, and then I'll close this. I'll close, and then what I can do is I can go into my teacher dashboard. I could go into, for example, here, Assignments, Tereus. And I can choose to send my survey out in any way that I want. But if, for example, I want it to be part of an assignment that I actually grade, then what I would do is I would go into Tereus in my teacher dashboard. I would create a new assignment, add a new assignment here. Give it my normal title. I'll just put here okay. I'm just going through creating now. This is where the magic happens here. For this, I'm going to say click on this link to run your survey. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste my information that I just copied from that link. This will create a rather large link, which is fine, that they can cut and paste into their web browser when they receive this. Now, okay, now I'll just go ahead and fill in all the other things that need to be filled in here. The class that I want to send this to. Now in this case, it's a link that they're clicking on, so I don't need to send them any kind of a file to work on. I'm just going to keep and send. And that's how we create a survey for testing or for surveying our class. It's very, very simple.